cents. Not much. I mean, you can use it as a paperweight or something.
You should be able to write bubbles on it, but not anymore.
You can use it to scratch parts.
Not a lot.
So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Maruchi Kim. I hope you enjoyed our video. These are my partners, Quinn, Sham, and Emily. We are 2 cents, and our vision is to spread philanthropy through everybody's pocket change. Now, let me start us off with a story. Imagine walking through Sproul on a busy Berkeley day. The sun's shining, people are buzzing, squirrels are squirreling. And now Red Cross comes to you and asks, will you donate $10 to our cause? Now ask yourself, would you give them your $10 or continue down Telegraph and buy yourself a nice Chipotle burrito and a medium soft drink? Philanthropy today ends with money just leaving your pocket. And at the end of the day, after all the dust settles, you just created like an impersonal and maybe even non-existent connection between you and the organization. Here at 2 cents, we aim to change that.
So our solution has 3 main components. First, we're creating a reliable network of funding for donors for these nonprofits. Secondly, we're challenging the concept of a single lump sum donation. 2 cents a day is barely $7 a year. That's pocket change. Finally, we're trying to create a community of philanthropy and really spark a social movement. By creating a network, by bridging nonprofits with a network of donors, we are showing you how your 2 cents is making an impact. Together, we can make a difference.
We here at 2 cents intend to leverage the power of numbers and prompt our users to share 2 cents a day to our partnered nonprofit organizations. In a recent survey, 91% supported our mission of donating 2 cents a day. Ladies and gentlemen, with a 1% adoption of our smartphone users, that's $10 million a year. With your 2 cents, we can create 100 new water projects in Africa. With your 2 cents, yes you, we can build 7 new homes around the world. With your 2 cents, everybody, we can fund 400 teachers in the United States of America.
So as you've seen from our video, the 3 things we're most passionate about is poverty, education, and water. And that being said, in the past 2 weeks, we have formed partnerships with Habitat for Humanity, a nonprofit organization dedicated to eliminating poverty and homelessness from around the world. We formed a partnership with 100 Strong, a nonprofit organization dedicated to the empowerment and education of females and underrepresented minorities. We're also currently in talks with the Water Project and hope to form a partnership with them very soon. We are 2 cents, and we make philanthropy through pocket change. Thank you. We now open our time to questions.
Nice video and good presentation. The nonprofit side of this equation is very, very easy. The consumer side is incredibly difficult. Can you talk more about what you've learned from that and how you plan on having 2 cents be a daily use app? Right? You have to have your DAUs be 95%, 100%. So talk about that, please.
So actually we did quite a bit of data validation just around Berkeley, and it was actually incredibly positive results. One of the testimonies that we got from the people were that they would love to donate 2 cents a day, especially if it could just funnel straight out of their checking account. And so one of the challenges that we're kind of facing is figuring out how to make that transaction fee and reducing overhead costs. So that's actually one of the big things. In terms of, as the results showed, even with a small percentage of users, it wouldn't be like an everyday 2 cent thing. What it is the 2 cent swipe is how you begin. It's almost like a subscription-based donation. And from then on, it's 2 cents a day coming from checking account, and we're abstracting that. So it's probably going to be like $1 every 50 days or so.
Thank you, team. So I'm giving my 2 cents, and after a month of it, I'm starting to feel guilty because I could probably afford a nickel. Will the app prompt me every once in a while to try to behaviorally influence me to advance my giving? Or is it more a static 2 cents but more people?
So you bring up a great suggestion. So one thing we're thinking is in order to keep people engaged with the app, pretty much you need to connect people giving 2 cents with all of their friends. If I were to be on my app and I see that Quinn gave his 2 cents for the day, then maybe I would be prompted to give my 2 cents of the day as well. Now, what you're suggesting is maybe you're offering, a bonus day where instead of giving 2 cents, you can give 5 cents or 10 cents. And obviously that would be an awesome addition to our app. I mean, the more money, the better, of course. But for the purposes of our alpha, at the very least, we're just going with a solid 2 cents.
It does unify the brand.
Yeah.
Share a little bit more of, I think the idea is great. You guys need to figure out a way to make it happen in a way that is simple to use, right? So whether, this is just some ideas and suggestions, and maybe share some more that you guys might have. But, it could be, if you do 2 cents or 10 cents, like Larry was saying, or, you have a checkbook and you write a check and just scan it and send it to us, or something to that effect where you just take a picture and boom, So you have to think about how you make it simple, because that's what will, get you going. Because otherwise, if you go with the normal means of credit cards and other stuff, there's more transaction fee than the money you collect. So I don't know have you guys thought more about ways that you can make it very easy for folks to
So we've explored this actually. Uber inspired us where they can actually take a photo of a credit card and they can just using computer vision just get your numbers and always put in your security code at that point.
Yeah.
We're exploring
Wait
other
till
options.
somebody cracks that, right?
We're exploring other options as well.
Nobody will do that.
As we said earlier, to tackle minimum transaction fees, we're approaching this method where we'll charge $1 every 50 days. And even though we'll still be losing money, then we're exploring other options with partnerships with banks as well.
Yeah, pretty much the transaction fees, are a major problem. So when the user swipes 2 cents every day, we will not take it out of his or her account until after, as Murthy said, 50 days or 100 days or a year. That way, it's only going to be a one-time transaction, so we'll be paying a smaller fee.
And also, nonprofits actually, a lot of companies like PayPal actually do reduced transaction fees for 501c3 nonprofits. So that's kind of what we're aiming for.
I wondered how you identified, or what the mechanism is for identifying the charities that are going to benefit from these donations. Is that determined by the consumer, or how does that work?
So right now, in the beginning, we aim to start with the water project. If we have too many in the beginning and we only have a few users, we expect that the 2 cents will kind of get fizzled out and won't go toward one cause and make a difference. As we grow, we expect to add other NPOs such as Habitat for Humanity and 100 Strong, as Sham said. We also want to connect the user to these organizations and be able to communicate with us and suggest other organizations they believe should be part of our app.
Can I go back to the consumer for a second? It's so hard. Can you just help me understand how you're going to keep the consumer engaged, and what's the consumer experience?
So the functionality of our app, we aim to create a news feed where, one, the user can see what their 2 cents is donating towards, and also two, a two-way feedback communication system between the user themselves and also the NPO that we're working with. So for example, now that when we're donating charities, we don't really hear back about like what our money went towards. So we want to actually work with the NPOs that we're partnered up with so that they can give us feedback and they can give us updates of where the money from 2 cents is going towards.
After 30 days, if you donated your 2 cents and you see that a well has been built, it would be really cool if that can show up within the app. Your 2 cents has created a well. And that kind of a feedback will really bring people closer to the nonprofit they're donating to.
Thank you.
I was just wondering about the competition. Is this? It seems like there's a lot of different ways that people can donate. Is this completely unique in this space, or are there others doing this type of thing?
So when we were doing our market research, we found 2 apps that did similar things. One is GiveMob, which every day it'll put up a new NPO and ask if you want to donate $10. That's completely opposite of what we wanted to do, where we reduce the lump sum donations. Another one introduced by Google is called Google One, and they're very similar to us actually, where they'll put up a NPO and charge $1 a day and prompt you if you want to do it. We're different from them as we're a subscription-based model, and again, we're not lump sum, we're also 2 cents.
And a big part of us is also social philanthropy. We're really just trying to bridge the connection between everyday people who might not be able to do the lump sum and create that contact. So if they wanted to go beyond 2 cents, they know how to. So that's what we're really doing, is bridging nonprofits with everyone.